Game 2 of the Ripken League Championship Series brings us to Bethesda, Maryland. The Big Train trying to clinch their 13th Ripken League title, going up against the Cropdusters. And Cropdusters are down the hole one game. Glad to have you once again. Ali here with Peyton Youst. Peyton, it's go time for the team in black.
Yeah, definitely a winnable game yesterday for the Cropdusters, but just couldn't seal the deal, and I think it goes without saying they need to strike first on the road. Kind of sounds like a cliche at this point, but they really have to. This is a Big Train team that they found out the hard way you cannot play from behind with, so I really hope they're able to strike first in this game and gain some early momentum.
I would say, though, in terms of Game 1, everything was going well, but we've got to give a shout-out to the pitching staff. Great work from Sean McCabe in relief, but they came up just a run short in the 10th.
Yeah, after Hartman gave up that 2-run home run, it was really just a lights-out performance from him after that, and of course McCabe ran into some trouble of his own, but outside of that, had some great strikeout stuff. So yeah, the pitching definitely deserves its flowers for sure.
Nothing's changed for the Cropdusters. A little bit of maneuvering around the spot in the lineup. We'll talk about that in a moment. But talk about this pitcher and Charlie Hogan going up against this Cropdusters batting lineup.
Yeah, Hoagland's really their workhorse, right? 5 of his 9 starts have gone over 5 innings, 34 and 2/3 innings so far on the season. So he's their guy who can go deep into games, and he's hoping, Big Trainer hoping that's what he can do, kind of give it to the bullpen, and they can seal the deal for that 13th championship.
And here he is right here in a good spot. Game 2 of the Ripken League Championship round is underway with a nice breaking ball up the middle of the zone. Great pitch to start things off against Gadsden. Outer half on a breaking ball. 0-1 in a hurry. Swept that same side but outside of the zone. An even count already for Patrick Gadsden of Westchester. A lean over to the plate, and he takes the swing up the middle away from the glove of Coleman. Cheaton knew his left. Let's look at this Cropdusters lineup, Peyton. Not much has changed, though. A little bit of movement. But the key thing, Ahern, who was in the 6th spot yesterday, he's the guy who had that tying run. He helped them out.
Yeah, really like this lineup, especially having the aforementioned Gadsden in that leadoff spot again. Reached base 3 times yesterday, 2 walks and a single, and another single right there to start things off.
A good pitch taken there by Cade Walter in that 2 spot. Same spot was he yesterday. Struck out once in the loss. But a focal point in this batting lineup for the team wearing black. Returning look, though, but with an outline for the numbers as well as the woodmark. Hoagland with a man on. He allowed the first hit. It belongs to the Cropdusters. And this one stretched to the opposite corner and up high. Hoagland of Dayton, Ohio. Home to the Flyers, but he plays in the American Conference, East Carolina. He will allow Walter to move up on 4 pitches. Adam Leader has been emphasizing that this is a team you can perform really well. Just clear that mindset from yesterday, make it another day. Well, Peyton, 2 base runners on, that's helpful.
Yeah, this is exactly how you want to start, but it comes down to how you finish, right? And the Cropdusters can't let this opportunity go by the wayside. We've seen, especially against this Big Train team, in fact, the last time they were here, lost that game simply due to the fact they left so many runners in scoring position. You can't do that once again.
And they're going small ball. It's Melton at the plate with a fake bunt swing away. A little bit closer to his clavicle. And a guy who is ready and engaged. All of his body facing the base runner at second and Gadsden. The take misses, and Melton with a good count at the plate. Count is 1 ball or 1 strike. A 4-pitch walk. And then a knock up the middle on our ground ball, which has Gadsden at second and Walter at first. Melton with a 2-1 count. Another breaking ball pitch low in the zone. And Melton sends this down the left field line, and it is fair. The third base umpire in Cooper is going to signal that. 2 base runners will score. Cropdusters up by that much. 2 knocks for the Cropdusters, as well as 2 runs.
And what an awesome job from Melton. He's been bouncing around this lineup, was the leadoff guy for that Brave series, was the cleanup guy yesterday, gets thrown into the 3-hole today. No matter where he's at, he produces. Great to see him do that. Had the big RBI single yesterday, and once again comes through and starts the scoring.
With a knock and a 2 RBI look, it's Ryan Boma who hasn't had a hit yesterday in the loss. Trying to mitigate that. And a great pitch taken that time. Ryan Boma setting up his equipment. And it looks like he was hit there low. 2 base runners on yet again with no outs. Charlie Hogan, an ace on this team. Feeling the wrath of a Cropdusters team that just lost by a run yesterday. And it's Ahern up at the plate with a knock yesterday, scoring 2 in the middle of the game.
Yeah, had himself a very nice game, was in the 6-hole, now moves up to the 5-hole. But once again, expecting him to produce no matter where he's at.
Ahern tried to meet it downstairs. On a off-speed pitch. Great selection late by Hoagland. And a good take that time, opposite of his side at the plate. 2 balls, 2 strike the count. Melton over there at second. Boma in front of your screen and in front of Abel, the home first base umpire. And Ahern is out on a foul tip. Strike number 3. 5 pitches is all it'll take to retire him. Bring up Andrew Duncan, who got a big monkey off his back with a knock.
Yeah,
Just
broke
a
a
swing as he gets by the plate, Peyton.
Yeah, broke a 2 for 19 stretch with that single. So really happy to see him get that base knock in such a important situation.
And an out. Lined over in front of Fiscola and Hack at left center. Another base runner will score, as well as Melton. Walter as well. Boma as well as they will score. Great work that time.
Yeah, I think if you're the Cropdusters, you couldn't have really scripted up a better start. I mean, 5 of your first 6 hitters reaching base. You're up 3-zip. And still, just 1 out.
Ahern another knock to drive in a run. And it is Hernandez up. Still 1 out in this inning. And another take, but towards the opposite side of the zone in that upper outside spot. But you're looking at it with this pitcher in Hoagland. When do you go with the fastball? That's my question.
Yeah, really working that off-speed stuff early on. That's how we got Ahern to swing and miss, so interesting to see if he sticks with it or, like you said, goes to that fastball.
Hernandez down the line, fouled right near the bullpen on this side. Remember the last time we were here? Some car behind us got hit, so I would just say for a game like this, watch your heads.
Yeah, it's been a rough few weeks for the Cars. If you remember in Virginia on Sunday, that ball got stuck in the front of that Jeep, so Cars beware, I guess, is the moral of the story there.
At least it's not like OBGC Park where all the cars are away from the field of play. I'm like, if they were closer, hey, I mean, you're going to have to watch out there as well. Hernandez away from the box. Got a 3-2 count at the plate. Currently in this at-bat, he's looking to go and make a swing, make a difference on this team. Will not go for the bunt, and he's going to walk on a full count. He was going with those bunts early against the Braves game 1 of the semifinals, and he didn't go with it. Instead, he looked at it and then got ejected.
Yeah, happy to see him back in the lineup. Got thrown in really right into the fire yesterday. Berman with back-to-back singles. Unfortunately hurt that right hamstring. Hernandez thrown right into the fire, and what does he do? Notches the first extra base hit of the game for the Cropdusters.
But with three base runners on for the Cropdusters as Salvatore looks it inside. Got to give it to the Big Train staff. Nobody really warming up over there. Just a little bit of movement, but they're trusting their guy Hoagland. No mound visit as he delivers a nice breaking ball inside. Salvatore got a knock in the win against the Braves in the semifinals. A line drive that beat the glove of the third baseman. And that was in the first. And it's tagged in the infield grass, charge over, and the throw is not going to be attempted by Gramsci behind the plate. Great IQ shown there by Emilio Gonzalez. Two base runners stay put, and Salvatore joins them as well at first. Jimmy Bell is going to run for Salvatore. Two outs here. They get an out on a guy moving from third to home in Boma. So it is Bell at first, Hernandez at second, and Andrew Duncan at third. Over to Coleman at shortstop. Cropdusters have 3 runs and 3 hits on the board, and they're getting things going here. Game 2 of the Ripken League Championship Series is so underway. Welcome back to Bethesda, Maryland. 3 left on, but they've done their damage to Cropdusters. We'll see how they do defensively. And this infield, outfield look, they've looked really good, helping out Lindsay.
Yeah, and they had the potential for more, but I think you're okay with plating across 3 runs when you're an offense that really hasn't gotten much going over the past few games. So 3 runs, certainly acceptable in this situation.
Breaking ball swept aside by Gramercy, who starts things off for the big train. Guy who's been effective in the outfield. He had a sliding flyout in the first. And now here he is with a 1-1 count. And he's going up against a Natchitoches, Louisiana native. And one of the top left-handers coming out of high school back in 2025.
He's a guy who's seen his role shift over the course of the summer, was one of the more prominent bullpen arms on this team, but with the losses of LaVarry Edwards and some other names, he's been forced into that starter role, but he's answered the bell so far.
Immediate family present at Shirley Povich Field. Maternal grandparents as well as his mom and dad. Shout out to the Lindsays as he will allow a walk for Gramercy on 5 pitches. Oh, man aboard in a hurry. Gramercy with a walk. Melton having a word with the first base coach and Joe McIntyre as Brennan Wright is up here.
Yeah, 2 guys who will be playing together this upcoming season at FAU, so some playful banter between the two.
A little camaraderie, won't you say, Peyton?
Yeah, giving him the old tap on the helmet.
Great delivery against Brennan Wright. Near the middle half, but inside of the zone. A good look at Melton as well as Gramercy. The first base runner on allowed for Lindsay here, as this one's sent over to Gosden, and they turn 2. Great work. As I mentioned to you, Peyton, this infield makes these batters work.
Yeah, it's one thing if you put the ball on the ground, but you got to have a defense behind you who's able and capable of turning 2, and the Cropdusters do that right there with, a defensive arrangement that isn't the same as yesterday. Guys being forced to different positions, as has been the case all season, but no matter what, they're going to make an impact.
Ross Lindsay against Gonzalez as he lifts this one over to Walter, who tags on over. Great work. Cropdusters have 3 base runners, or one of them, but nobody was able to do damage for the big train, and they're still down by 3 runs. Back here at Shirley Povich Field, part of Cabin John Regional Park, an institution in the Ripken League, whereas we're set to go in the second inning. We're through the top of the order, back to the top with Gazin looking at a pitch from Hoagland.
Yeah, I doubt Gosden expected himself to be up as quickly as this, but it's how baseball works. Sometimes those bats get going fast, and that's exactly what happened for the Cropdusters in the first.
A good look that time to go along with a called strike, lower half on a breaking ball. He's working him in spades in Hoagland of Dayton. 2-1 the count. Started with an 0-1 and worked its way up to a 2-1 count against the Westchester Golden Ram of the PSAC Conference. Swept aside right near the torso. Pacing himself right in front of us, Carter Ritchie, the first base coach. Great pitch to go along with a 3-ball to 2-strike count. Early battle here. And a good fight off for Gosden at the plate as he steps back. He's got great contact. Well, this one just goes behind in the grandstand. So once more, trying to pay it off. It was inside. Gosden's aboard. Another time he's been on. He had a ground ball up the middle, testing the glove of Coleman, and now here he is with a free pass.
Yeah, really strong start for him in this series. Now reached base in 5 of his 7 plate appearances so far against these big trains.
Now to Cade Walter, who was able to walk in his own right in the first inning. Batting left today. A guy who, as we've seen a couple of weeks ago, can go long. But with these first 2 pitches, he's going to look at it, and that is very helpful, I should say. Jacksonville Dolphin with Mom in the crowd. Gosden with a quick jump and a pitch taken low. Down to the 2-1. It's over at the line and foul. Just beyond us. Walter steps back. The guy trying to see what he can do. He was angling as he was out of the box. And now trying to expand it once more. This one's popped into Coleman over there at short. He has a long look at it over his head. Gosden will not move up. So now to Dylan Melton in that 3 spot. He was able to score a man back in the previous inning. It's all Cropdusters through the inning and an out. Low pitch and towards the outside that time. Former Golden Retriever still has the old helmet from that spring ball team that he was with last year. It kind of feels kind of like, say, kind of reminiscent a little bit.
Trip down memory lane.
It's sort of akin to like an NBA All-Star game from the 90s where different teams had their own jerseys and they're playing for the East or the West. It's like, man, where's the commonality? Rio, the count for Dylan Melton at the plate. With an out on Walter on a pop-up in the infield. And Gosden still at first. He's going to move to second. It's a walk on 4 pitches. Now to Ryan Boma. Got on a base with a low pitch on the first offering before he can get going. Greg Lopez, we saw him twice in the ninth talking to Kaiser Smith. He's coming up to the mound.
Yeah, and this is, I mean, just it's got to feel new for him in a way, right? I mean, as I said, 5 of his 9 starts a season have gone 5 or more innings, and now all of a sudden it's not about trying to get to that 5th inning. Now it's just trying to make it past the 2nd inning. So just a big change of pace for him on the mound.
But you can't allow walks, though. 3 of them, 2 in this inning.
Yeah, that's the thing. The command just hasn't been there for him. Does have that strikeout, just rely on the strikeout, 33 strikeouts in just over 34 innings coming into this contest, but 19 walks, maybe on the higher side, but yeah, command, especially in this game, just hasn't been there for him.
For sure. And he's back to the dugout after the mound visit. 2 base runners on with walks. Boma looks it up high in the zone. There's that ability of Hoagland. East Carolina Pirate trying to go up against Boma, who's got that power, and he shows it just a little bit off the bat and to the side. Not moving up that much at second is Gazin. He's away from the bag. Both Coleman and Wright cheating over to the bag at second. And this one aside. Even though you got a base runner first, it's good to see he's still being coached up. Carter Ritchie having a word about his follow-through. But at the plate with Boma, and it's hooked foul to the same side as we are at. I'm just happy nothing's come near us.
You know, that's the bad part about being out in the open. You're subject to where those balls come.
That first time we were here, we had a tent. Where did that tent go? We miss it.
Yeah, you know, like a 10 in multiple different stadiums. Remember on Sunday, almost took one to the face in Virginia.
And he swings at the 0-2 count. He made him work. It was a 5 offer in this at-bat. And now to Cadron Ahern, a guy who can go long. Great power, a Woodbine native. 2 base runners on still with an out as he chases it outside of the zone. Both Hoagland and Lindsay have a strikeout apiece. Boma out, Ahern on with a good take. Stretching it up high in the zone, it is Hoagland. And now Duncan showing off how he swings. It will be off of the backstop. 1 ball to 2 strikes. Ahern chased the first offering and was patient with a pitch going up high in the zone. Here he is in a tough spot. 2 outs, 2 on, and the 1-2 pitch is on the way. It'll go outside again, and a 2-2 count. All the anxiety on the middle of the infield with Wright and Coleman digging a little closer. But on 5 pitches, they will strike out the side with a punch out at the plate. Hoagland, after the mound visit, was able to strike out 2 batters. And we'll step aside with the Cropdusters still up by 3 hearty runs. 2 2/3 innings pitch was able to strike out multiple batters for the Cropdusters to go along with that 2-run shot at the wall. It was great work for Malvazio. Now he leads things off against Lindsay.
Yeah, he had himself a big game yesterday. Like you mentioned, the 2-run home run, also reached base with an infield single as well, and did his thing on the mound, of course.
He's going up against Lindsay. He was able to strike out multiple batters before, and this one is in the field to play on a line drive to left field. Malvazio gets it going for the first hit of the day. Big train. Here comes Logan Panett, Fuscolo on deck. Eventually at the plate is Panett. First hit of the day and second base runner on the day for the big train on. Nice fastball. And it misses out inside that time. And another 1-0 count. Took 2 pitches for Malvazio to get on a base. A line drive at left field. Long look at the base runner. And this one is tagged to the left. Over to the third base side. With a 1-1 count and a quick hop after a foul ball. And this one is going to be grounded up the left side. 3 offers to this particular batter, and he's aboard.
Yeah, and you can tell Panett's already put his performance yesterday behind him when 0 for 5 was the only big train batter to not reach base, but right there breaks out of that cold stretch.
Stellan, I thought you were killing people.
Here comes Salvatore as well as the home plate umpire Andy Sims having a word with the pitcher and Russ Lindsay. Very dependable pitcher. Goes with the fastballs. Has a little bit of sinker slider potential. They're thinking about what pitch to work on and see what the infield can do for you. Boma as well as Gosden having a word with the base runner at second and Malvazio, as well as Panett who's at first. Melton on the infield grass, cheating a little bit closer. As the bunt is going to be fair, caught by Salvatore. And he knocks down Melton. Gutsy play by them too.
Yeah, and that's one of those plays where you're not really thinking about communication. The ball is only going to be in the air for so long, so somebody has to get a glove on it. You're just trying to be the first one there, and thankfully nobody hurt.
At least Melton's good. He's trying to collect himself, has a smile on his face, why not? But a crucial out. 2 base runners on still for the big train. Fuscolo an out. They do not move up as the bunt was laid down. Over to the outside spot against Kieran Coleman. There's that command. Lindsay pumps through one. Base runners not really trying to move up, and cheating at the bag is Boma, ever near the bag at second. And a good block that time. He steps on the bag. 2 outs, and 2 base runners will move up. What a great look at it. The camera was right there to see it.
Yeah, and baseball, a game of inches as well. I mean, that one just a few inches away from being trouble. You can tell Melton when he gets up, I mean, that ball just hanging on to the very, very end of his glove. But what an amazing diving stop, and there's a real chance Lindsay gets out of this with no damage.
I think he likes to lay down a lot. Wouldn't you agree?
Well, I don't know too many people who would do that, so I would like to say yes.
High pitch. Ball 1 now. Lindsay up against Cal Johnson. He was in the 2 spot in this lineup in the regular season, has regressed later in this lineup as we're deep in the bottom of the order with Will Hack looking to get up there. Depending on what we see here, but Lindsay with that strikeout look, that strikeout ability, pumps through one low. 1-1 the count. 2 base runners moved up as Melton made a great block to get the out on Coleman, the second out in this inning. And Salvatore has to move to his throwing side and make a block. Now it is a 2-1 count. Pitch going awry for Lindsay of Natchitoches, Louisiana. Crimson Tide trying to deal. He's down in the count. Two 2-1 is swept low against Johnson in a 3-1 count. Hitters count 2. A guy who's trying to get on base. Not much movement in the infield for the Cropdusters. Melton moving up as well as Gosden. And a high pitch. 5 offers is all it takes for a man to move up. Now to the 9th spot. It is Will Hack, as the Big Train have 3 base runners on for the first time on the day. And 3 batters up, and they're all down thanks to a crucial double play from Gosden as well as Boma and Melton. First offer against Hack. It's set up in the air, and this is a crucial out. Boma at the outfield grass has got it. Cropdusters are not going down without a fight. They're still up by 3 runs after the Big Train got 2 hits in this inning.
Crashing into me, drown me in your lies, and there's no way to breathe. And my walls will keep you down. I am safe without the sound of you around. It's getting colder, and I'm the storm that's taking over.
Cropdusters have done a great job at defending against these batters of the Big Train. They're back up to bat one more time, top of the 3rd. Duncan with all his power and all his might is up. Charlie Hoagland was able to strike out 2 batters to end the previous frame. Fouled aside. It is Duncan of Potomac, just down Cabin John Parkway, local to Bethesda, and the 0-1 is set aside and foul yet again. This time lined over to that side. And he's going to make a methodical walk back to the box. Oh, 2 goes low. Hope for Duncan early in this at-bat. Charlie Hogan loves to go with a break ball. Goes with one here. And this one missing. Not good command to start things off, wouldn't you agree, Paige?
Yeah, from both sides, right? I mean, you have the 4 walks given up by Hoagland and the 3 given up by Lindsay. So definitely the command hasn't been there for either side.
Great work. A ground ball down the third base line. And it's fought over in the corner by Pascolo. Duncan with a stand-up double. There he is right there, talking with leader. And Carter Ritchie's going to take his equipment. How about that?
Yeah, that's awesome to see. I mean, coming into yesterday's contest, 2 for his past 19. Hadn't registered a hit since that doubleheader in Alexandria on July 20th, and came through yesterday with an RBI base knock, came through in his first at-bat today with an RBI base knock, and now with that double, he's halfway to the cycle.
We've been waiting for that. He's been a guy who can go long. Now to Hernandez. Didn't think he was going to go with a bunt. He catches Hoagland by surprise. The sack bunt helpful that time as a man moves to third. Olney crowd is here cheering on their Cropdusters team as Duncan is over at third with a knock. 4th one on the day for the Cropdusters. And it is Salvatore with a hefty swing and miss. Going towards that upper half. Hoagland sprinkling in that fastball in this inning. And this one is lifted towards the shortstop. Coleman has to backtrack and get a second out. Duncan stays put at third, does not move up. But he could have, as Coleman was cheating behind. Out of Brian Scott. Teammates love to call him B-Scat. Was able to drive in 4 runs against the Braves. All of them crucial, and all of them to go ahead in those 2 wins against the South Division foe. And he's got a favorable count early, 1-0 the count. Stretch to the outside, and it's ball number 2 for him. And a pitch taken low, throw over to third, not made that time. Oh, good work, though, from the catcher try to get a back pick going. Brian Scott, an Olney native. Multiple summers with this team. This is the furthest they've gone, so anything he can contribute will be helpful. He's going to take this one outer half. It's a strike to go along with 3 balls. Good swing, and this one will drop down in front of Malvasio. Nice blooper at the line at right field. Great work with a base runner coming through to the plate. 4 runs to nothing. Cropdusters loving it here in Bethesda.
Yeah, we mentioned Duncan having himself a nice series. Scott quietly having himself a very nice series as well. Yesterday went 2 for 3, a pair of singles, a walk as well, and today Wright just does his job. Not anything crazy, just a routine bloop single into shallow right, but he gets the job done. Cropdusters up 4-zip.
Top of the order for the 3rd time. In as many innings, Gosden at the warning track, and it's off the wall. Over from 3rd, and at home, here comes Scott. No throw attempt made by Brennan Wright, trying to get a relay going. Gosden drives in a run, the 5th one on the day. 6 runs altogether or 6 hits altogether for the road team. And a base runner on at second. Great work.
Yeah, and he's on fire. I mean, he said he had reached base in 5 of his 7 plate appearances right after he drew that walk his second time up. Now, the RBI double make that 6 for 8. The guy's an on-base machine, exactly what you want in that leadoff man.
And now Walter with a ground ball to the side. And now Gosden's going to move from second to home. And now Walter will move to second in his stead. A pitch going to the side of Gramasty. They've eclipsed their 5 runs from yesterday and have secured a 6-run lead. 3 more runs in this inning.
Yeah, can you imagine how happy these Cropdusters are to have him back? Missed that Brave series, but back now and already making an impact. Leadoff walk, his first time up, and now a real chance that he puts Hoagland out of the game.
Hoagland talking with Craig Lopez. Yes, he is gone, so we'll step aside. Cropdusters tack on 3 more runs.
Echoes of your words crashing into me. Drown me in your lies, and there's no way to breathe. And my walls will keep you down. I am safe without the sound of you around. It's getting colder, and I'm the storm that's taking over.
Now Hoagland will give way to Jordan Capuano, a guy that is in his third summer in the Ripken League for the Big Train.
Yeah, he's got great strikeout stuff, 18 strikeouts in just over 14 innings, but really nothing else has been there for him. 20 walks to go with those 18 strikeouts. He's allowed 16 hits and 21 earned runs in those 14 innings.
Over to Gonzalez, a crucial third out. Stranding Walter on, but the Cropdusters tack on 4 more hits in this inning, and they take a 6-run lead.
Echoes of your words crashing into me. Drown me in your lies, and there's no way to breathe. And my walls will keep you down. I am safe without the sound of you around. It's getting colder, and I'm the storm that's taking over.
Even though they're able to turn 1, the Big Train have to get something going with their bats against Lindsay.
Yeah, this game is flipped on its head in just 1 inning, right? If you remember, Big Train had the bases loaded. The go-ahead run was at the plate, but fortunately went by the wayside, and Cropdusters took full advantage, doubled their advantage. All of a sudden, it's a 6-0 ball game.
But you gotta love the command of Lindsay, though, too. Gotta love everybody in this pitching staff. Good characters, good people. Couldn't ask for more. Couple of pitches taken outside of the zone and up high. It is the one spot in Gramercy up. Another pitch taken up in that same spot as the 1-0. 3 balls, no strikes. Lindsay of Natchitoches, Louisiana. A left-hander of Alabama. Allows a man to move to first with a 4-pitch walk. Second out of 3 innings that they got a leadoff walk. Now over to Brennan Wright, a guy who loves to swing at it against the Cropdusters. Gramercy kind of stumbled as Salvatore has to throw it a little high, almost airmailed it out of the reach of Gosden. I thought that stumble would affect him.
Yeah, but definitely it helped him that throw was a tiny bit off the mark.
If I stumble like that, I'm just going to give up and just lay there and someone needs to tag me.
Not TJ Gramercy.
Yeah, I'm not trying to do anything else. But that's why I don't play, and these guys do. Delivery is stretched aside. 1-1. Pushed inside of the zone. Great work. And ahead of the count is the man on the mound, Ross Lindsay. Guy dealing with his left hand. Brennan Wright. Left-handed batter in his own right trying to get on base. And he does there with Melton, has a step on right. One away as Gramercy moves to third. Tough spot for the Cropdusters. Now going up against Emilio Gonzalez. You were able to turn two before you met Gonzalez, who flew over to the glove of Walter. Ross Lindsay eventually pumps through a pitch low at the plate against Gonzalez. He slightly leaned forward towards it. A guy who's got great power. Cape Coral guy from Florida. With a man at third in Gramercy. And it's swept yet again right near the feet. An out in this inning on Brennan Wright. As Gonzalez is going to send this towards opposite side of where he's at. Left side and foul.
Let's go get it. No, let's go get it. No, actually, let's go get it. I'm gonna go get it. I'm gonna try to grab it.
Gonzalez with a line drive over there left field. It's not going to get into the glove of Duncan. The first run scores for the Big Train. They're down by 5 runs. Gonzalez with a knock, a double, and scoring Gramercy from third.
Yeah, and if you're the Cropdusters, especially Lindsay, that's a run you're okay with giving up. Gonzalez, probably the the Big Train's best all-around hitter, right? He's going to make you pay at some point. So comes through right there, and once again, like you mentioned, Cropdusters still up by 5 thanks to that offensive performance.
Adam Ovazio, just like Gonzalez, had a line drive, which was able to have him at first with a single. And he takes a good swing at it, and it's off the plate. Lindsay with all the patience. Nothing can rattle the guy on the mound. Starting things off for the Cropdusters. Allowed 2 hits in the previous inning, and the third one for Gonzalez, who is to his side at second. As Malvazio is going to send this in front of Walter in shallow center. Gonzalez will not test the plate, and he's at third. Another knock, a single, another line drive as well with that. Malvazio and Gonzalez are base running for the Big Train. Bring up Logan Panette once more. Wait for Panette to move up. And he is up at the box now against Lindsay with a look at Malvazio. 1 away, 2 on, and the pitch going low right at the plate.
You already scored a run.
Two hits in this inning. Both of them are base running. Malvazio at first, and at third it is Gonzalez. Great pitch, middle half. Lindsay, and that fastball always dependable. And this one will go foul right at the pavilion here at Shirley Povich Field. Good spot to be if you were Lindsay, right, Peyton?
Yeah, the command just hasn't been there for him. One of the very few times that he's been ahead of the count, hoping right here he can take advantage. Still looking for that first strikeout, might I add.
There's Malvasio with a foul ball. He's not going to stay put at second. He's going to move back to first. Foul ball coming into your living room. Still a 1-2 count. 2 foul balls. Going along with a strike against Panett. This will be the 5th pitch coming his way. If Lindsay thinks about setting it on through or get the out on Malvasio, he'll do the former, and this one is at the wheelhouse at right field for Walter. 2 out. Gonzalez will score the second run, but a job well done for Panett, and staying put at first is Malvasio.
And we talk about what Cade Walter brings with his bat and how happy this Cropdusters team is to have him back in the lineup, but I think what really flies under the radar rather is his defense. I mean, in center field, I still say one of the best defensive center fielders I think I've ever watched. His ability to cover so much ground out there. Obviously Scott done a phenomenal job filling in for him during the Braves series when he was out, but Walter, I mean, just a difference maker out there in the outfield.
And they'll go over to first. Malvasio cheating away from the bag. Hey, try to catch me. Trying to be doing his best Roadrunner impersonation. It's like, man, hey, I'm right over here. No, I'm going to scurry and go back to the bag. What can I do? Low pitch. And it is a 0-1 count, 1-0 count. This pitch a little higher that time. Good look at the base runner and unravels a pitch in that lower spot. 2-1. Lindsay trying to get something going up here against Coleman, or Foscolo, that is. Foscolo try to put a bunt down. It was gloved by Salvatore. Over to Boma as they're trying to get the outs, and they do. Lindsay to Melton to Boma, and they get the job done. 2 outs to go along with that one, to leave a man on base.
Echoes of your words crashing into me. Drown me in your lies, and there's no way to breathe. And my walls will keep you down. I am safe without the sound of you. It's getting colder, and I'm the storm that's taking over.
And Boma gets things going here. He's been on base, scored a run in the first. How does he do in the second? What do you think, Peyton?
Yeah, I mean, no matter how he does, this is a crucial inning, I think, for the Cropdusters, right? Because I think what they do here will directly affect who they put back out on the mound for the bottom of the fourth. I think if they score at least a run or two here, you're going to see Lindsey back out there for the fourth, or if not, you're going to have to start going into that bullpen.
This one angling towards his torso. It's Boma against Capuano, a Northern Virginia native. And Boma's going to lift this one over the right field line and will drop down, and it is fair. Boma heading to second. He stands up there. And here he goes. The Cropdusters faithful tell him to move up to third.
That ball is still in play.
8th knock on the day. He's talking to Adam Leader. He's got his first knock in the championship series.
Yeah, Malvasio out there in right field. It's not that he thought the ball was unplayable. He got hurt and really couldn't pick it up. Buma thought that it was out of play, and that's kind of why there was a stoppage and why Malvasio wasn't moving. But ultimately, it ends up in Buma reaching third with a leadoff triple.
So he got to the second base standing and then moved up to third. Capuano is allowed a hit in relief of Hoagland, who's got 2 strikeouts, allowed 4 walks, and 7 hits. So, the road production, I should say, from Hoagland starting things off. An ace for this Big Tree team. And if you can recall, Peyton, as he's pumping this one against Ahern, they had 6 pitchers the first time we were out here watching the Cropdusters and Big Train play. And it was Capuano who had multiple innings of work in that one as well.
Yeah, a game we'll remember for more reasons than one.
Out of the ballpark. And Ahern with a 1-2 count at the plate. And even with that, his coaching staff has confidence in him, and he has confidence in them too. And that's the main reason why he's back with his team. 3rd season. And the last game of the regular season last year suffered a shoulder sprain, which kept him out of playing spring, which he would have played for at Youngstown State. He would have been a Penguin. Didn't get reps there, so now he's back with the Big Train doing something here. 2-2 pitch, angling foul. Still a 2-2 count for Kate Ahern of Woodbine. Infielders touching the infield grass. Furthest one away from that is the third baseman in Panett. Ahern trying to go long, but he's punched out yet again at the plate. 3 plate appearances, struck out all 3 times. Bring up Andrew Duncan with 1 out and Boma at third.
Yeah, I think Ahern, you give him a pass today. Had a big 2 RBI double in yesterday's contest, so I think not all of them are going to be hits, so we'll give him some grace.
Not speaking ill will, I was just, But there you go. He's got a knock yesterday. And just behind Duncan, that is, Boma will score from third. Wild pitch from the hand. Capuano sends him there. Duncan with a 1-0 count. And 7 runs on the board, 1 in this inning. Duncan with 2 knocks, a double in his second at-bat. As he looks the second pitch over to his way towards that lower spot in the zone. One grazes the glove in behind. So it is a 2-1 count. Andrew Duncan of Potomac. He's got a knock. A single as well as a double. It's grounded over to Coleman, who doesn't make a mistake. 2 outs. Duncan out. Hernandez up, who's stranded on base in the first, where all the batters for the Cropdusters were up to bat. Here he is for the 3rd time on the day. After that Braves game in Game 1, contemplated, hey, I'm not thinking about going for bunt. He did on his last plate appearance, which allowed 2 base runners to move up. And he's going to send this one over to Coleman, who had a backtrack to his left. Gloved by Emilio Gonzalez, who was kind of hesitant, thought he didn't have it. But he will go to the dugout as well as the big train. They're up to bat. Middle of the 4th. They're down by 5 runs.
Echoes of your words crashing into me. Drown me in your lies, and there's no way to breathe. And my walls will keep you down. I am safe without the sound of you around. It's getting colder, and I'm the storm that's taking over.
Back here in Bethesda, Shirley Povich Field, the Cropdusters down by a game in the championship series and up by 5 in the bottom of the 4th. Coleman, or that is Fiscolo, is up to bat once more after they got the out on Movezio, who was cheating over to second base. Fiscolo, as you mentioned, laid a bunt down, but it was gloved, and it will go fair. No, it will not. It is fair. Yes, it is. Rolled away on the opposite side, so couldn't see the line out there. But a base runner on, nonetheless, for Fiscolo.
Yeah, and if you're Lindsay, that's not something you're mad about. You induce that weak contact. Unfortunately, it just goes to probably the most inopportune spot on this infield.
It was scooting at the third base line. Salvatore got up from his spot behind the plate, as well as Hernandez, see what was going on. Or they could even react and throw it over to Melton. Fiscolo on. And up is Kieran Coleman with a ground out in the second. Low pitch, right at the knees.
Turn 2, infield, turn 2.
1-0 pitch. from Lindsay eventually into the zone. He levels it. 1 ball to 1 strike. Coleman talking to Galvin Morris. He's got a base runner on at first. Leadoff infield knock at the third base side for Ryan Fuscolo as they look his way. Sliding through and safe is Ryan Fuscolo. Still at the plate. Looking at a fastball from Lindsay. It's Kieran Coleman with a 1-1 count. Ryan Boma with a little cheat to the bag at second. It's off to the side on a great fastball from Lindsay, who can really hammer the zone. And another take that time for Kieran Coleman. 2-2 the count. Pitch going into the outer half. Lindsay against Coleman. Fuscolo at first. Digged his left hand into the infield dirt. And now looks at Lindsay. A cold stare. And the offer is at second base away from the glove of Boma. And 2 base runners are on with Knox. It took 2 hops beyond the glove and into the outfield grass. Charging at it to his right was Boma. Couldn't get something going. And now it is a big train with multiple base runners yet again. Cal Johnson at the 8th spot in this order up. Giving himself some space is Coleman. With Melton cheating at the infield grass. Check swing and an offer. Ross Lindsay showing what he can do. This time, trying to give a little bit of an offer was this guy in Johnson. And the pitch swept to the outside spot. It goes away from the zone, and it is a 1-1 count. Quick look at Fuscolo at second, and offering it is Lindsay with a pitch at the plate. Count is 2 balls, 1 strike. Big drain and the Cropdusters. Very good action here with Boma cheating and stepping back. Lindsay offers and setting it aside to keep the at-bat going is Coleman. 2-2 the count. With that foul ball, you're just delaying the inevitable. What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, you can tell Lindsay definitely getting tired out there, still trying to search for not only his first strikeout, but still his first out of this inning.
2-2 the count. And a pitch away from the glove of Giuseppe Salvatore. 2 base runners will move up. Wild pitch up at the plate. Lindsay's got 2 base runners in scoring position. And the count runs full of, will run full of the pass ball. The wild pitch, that is. Great pitch. Going with the sinker, and it helps. Cal Johnson out. One away in this inning. Bring up Will Hack with 2 base runners on at second and at third. At second is Coleman, and at third is Fuscolo.
Yeah, I mean, we said it, right? Lindsey's not a guy who relies heavily on the strikeouts, but you can tell when you're in, what's this, the 4th inning, right, and you still don't have that first strikeout, it can kind of start to weigh on you. So you tell Lindsey right there just trying to break that stalemate, and he does exactly that.
And here he is, sinking one middle of the zone. Now it's Will Hack's turn. He was put out with a pop out towards the glove of Boma at second. In the second inning, this is the 4th, with him trying to cheat inside. The umpire, Andy Sims, says he did not offer, and he's got an even count here in the 4th. An high pitch taken that time. Will Hack looking at a strike in the middle of the zone. Tries to see where it lands on the last 2, and it was helpful for him. 2-1 the count. 2 base runners on and an out. And here's Lindsey cooling things off for the batter. Outside spot and a strike. Two. It's sent over at right field. Brian Scott has a good look at it. And a base runner will score from third and move into third. And his spot is Coleman. Fuscolo scores the 3rd run of the day for the Big Train. They're down by 4 runs.
Yeah, and that right there, all about limiting the damage, and that's exactly what Lindsey does. You bring across a run, but definitely could have been a lot worse. I think you're okay with giving up a sac fly.
Ramesty had 2 walks in this game. Adam Leader coming up. And it's a gutsy move. Lindsey's been dominant. He's got a strikeout in this game, and the day's over for him. So great work with family in the stands. A reliable reliever. He's gone. And Ben Jones up. We'll step aside.
Echoes of your words crashing into me. Drown me in your lies, and there's no way to breathe. And my walls will keep you down. I am safe without the sound of you around. It's getting colder, and I'm the storm that's taking over.
2 outs in this inning. Great work from Lindsay, allowing 3 walks and a strikeout. Springs up Ben Jones of Coatesville, PA.
Yeah, your prototypical fastball-heavy reliever, 21 strikeouts to just 6 walks, so that's his bread and butter right there, and he goes to work against a righty in Gramercy, so he's got the advantage as a right-handed hitter, looking to take full advantage.
That's the bread and butter going there for the current batter in TJ Gramercy. Multiple guys for the big train have had foul balls this side, so you're gonna have to watch out. It's an overcast day too, and the lights are on bright. Pitch swept inside of the zone. Ben Jones of Westchester, a Golden Ram, trying to get an out. There's a base runner at third and Coleman, who moved up on an RBI and a sac fly from Hack. Top of the order with Gramercy with a 3-0 count, or 3-1 the count, after a foul ball and then 3 offers towards the inside of the zone. And this one is over to left field on a fastball from Ben Jones. It's caught at the warning track by Cade Walter. Another reliever in this game. Ben Jones in relief of Ross Lindsay. Got into the game with 2 outs. Gets an out early. And now the Cropdusters are up to bat. Up by 4 runs. Into the 5th we go.
Echoes of your words crashing into me. Drown me in your lies, and there's no way to breathe. And my walls will keep you down. I am safe without the sound of you around. It's getting colder, and I'm the storm that's taking over.
Top of the 5th inning. It's Giuseppe Salvatore up to bat, and he's going up against Jordan Capuano. Cropdusters tacked on another run in the previous inning. A great knock and a fight off there from Mulvezio. Had him at third, and he was able to score on a wild pitch with Boma. And Capuano with struggling command early. 3-1 the count for Salvatore of Johnston, Colorado. And he will lift this one over to right field. Going back for it is Malvazio. Took about 3 steps and angled behind to get the first out in this inning to retire Salvatore as we're in the bottom of the order. 8th man out, 9th man up in this lineup. Brian Scott once more. drove in a run in the third. And here he is once more with a pitch taken up high. Trying to get himself warmed up. Seeing what he can do for the Cropdusters. Hometown boy against the Northern Virginia native. He unleashes, and he does not connect. Helpful fastball from Capuano, and a 1-1 count.
Come on, 3-3, get a score here. Go set, 3-3.
And Scott will chase after the 1-1.
Come on, 3-10.
That bat's lively, Peyton, but a guy who's got 5 RBIs so far in the playoffs.
Yeah, you can tell he feels the pressure in that 9-hole, trying to send it back to the top of the order with him on base.
There he goes with a line drive at center. It's a knock and a single. As I was telling you, those swinging strikes led to that one.
And Scott, I mean, maybe the performer of the postseason. We know what he did in that 2-game series against the Braves, and now all of a sudden, back-to-back games in this championship series with multiple hits.
An out and a man on in this inning. Cropdusters have a base runner on in Scott, with Gazin looking this one low. Golden Ram walked once, but has 2 knocks on the day. We're at the top of the order for the 4th time in this top of the 5th inning against Capuano in relief of Hoagland. And he pumps by 1 against Patrick Gazin of Westchester. Low pitch against Gazin. Capuano losing sight of the zone. And this one is sent away from the glove at left side in front of Ponette. Scott will move to second. Another knock for Gazden. And he's on with Scott. Capuano talking with Gramasty. And do you think doubt's creeping into the mind of Capuano in this game?
I think so. I mean, I think it's just really difficult to go up against a guy with as hot a bat as Gazden, right? I mean, 3 for 3 today, 2 singles, a double. He throw in the walk as well. I mean, he's just having an absolutely tremendous series here now. 7 for 9 in terms of reaching base. He's had an incredible first 2 games of this championship set.
Gazden's 3rd knock on the day. 2 singles go along with a double. And the 10th hit on the day for the Cropdusters. And they've looked very sharp. They're up by 4 runs. 7-3 is the score. Capuano losing sight of the zone again. This time against Cade Walter with 2 on. 1-0 pitch. Sent inside. And it will not tag the zone from the delivery from Capuano.
Come on, 6. Come on, kid. Patient, 6.
Here's Cade Walter sending this to left center field. Over there it is Will hack the center field. Scott moves to third. Staying put at first is Gazden. Great work from Walter to move a man to third.
Yeah, you can tell he's seeing the ball really well, just a few feet away from leaving the yard. Takes the center fielder all the way back to the warning track, so I know it doesn't go out right there, but Walter just continuing to see that ball so well.
Potential 8th run will move up to third. Trying to see if he can get another run through. And it will be off the bat of Melton if he can make contact. Instead, he will look this one down the middle of the zone. Great paint that time by the Northern Virginia guy and Youngstown State pitcher in Jordan Capuano. The Penguin against an Owl. And he will send this over to Brennan Wright. 3 outs. But the Cropdusters get a crucial 2 more hits going for them. They're still up by 4 runs. Middle of the 5th. What does the big train have in store for the Cropdusters?
Echoes of your words crashing into me. Drown me in your lies, and there's no way to breathe. And my walls will keep you down. I am safe without the sound of you around. It's getting colder, and I'm the storm that's taking over. And I'm the storm that's taking over. Echoes of your words. Echoes of your words.
Brennan Wright was able to scoop up a grounder his way. And with that 3rd out, we go to the bottom of the 5th. Brennan Wright is due up, and he's ready to go against Ben Jones.
Yeah, and if you're the Cropdusters, I mean, you've reached the halfway point of this game. You've got 7 runs on 10 hits. The offense has been there. The pitching's been there as well. Of course, Lindsey running into some trouble, but able to get out of most of it. So they're at the halfway point. They've done what they've needed to do. Now it's time to finish the job in the 2nd.
Good look at Ben Jones. 1-0 count, and the pitch against Wright. Stretching the zone outward. Came in relief of Kyle Rogers multiple times in this 2026 campaign. And there's one that sticks inside of the zone against Wright. 2 balls, 1 strike. The Golden Ram trying to deal against Wright. With a pitch taken again away from the zone. 3-1 the count. Wright will move up. 5 pitches will set him at first. Hardy run over there. Joe McIntyre having a word with him. Now to Emilio Gonzalez. They turn to this portion of the lineup where the Cropdusters had some issues multiple times in this game, as well as previously in the season. Ground ball up the middle, right in front of the second baseman, Boma. 2 base runners on in a hurry, a 5-pitch walk to go along with a 1-pitch and a single.
And now you give way to a guy, Movasio, who's already reached base twice today. Had the 2-run home run yesterday, so you got to be very careful with how you approach him.
And there's the command of Ben Jones as he pushes by a pitch and a fastball. A strike to go along with no balls for Movasio. Standing up straight engaged and now leans just a little bit, but not offering himself at the 0-1. Got some pitching work against the Cropdusters. Last week on Wednesday, the last game of the regular season, pitch in relief of Kaiser Smith. And he's going to send this one out to center field. Brennan Wright will move up, as well as Gonzalez. The throw all the way over there. Hernandez is going to have to get away from the bag at third. 2 base runners will move up, and a fly out for Movazio. Something in the ballpark, the Cropdusters can kind of scoop it up. That's a good thing for them,
too.
too.
Yeah, a big sigh of relief right there.
No, they're not hitting it. I can get one. Guys, it's 3-7.
Now to Logan Panett. Sac fly would score a man in the third with a Gonzalez moving from third. Count is 1 ball and no strike for Panett starting things off. And a quick word with Salvatore as well as Ben Jones. Just like any other game, I think it's more of reps. What do you think?
Yeah, definitely that, and I think it's just, there's so many different players on this Cropdusters team who have the ability to play catcher. You're just trying to find, just trying to get in that groove with the man behind the dish.
In a good spot has been Jones. And then behind and clipping the batter. Panett is up. 3 base runners on for the big train. With them on, if they can score, the tying run is at the plate. And it's all on the shoulders of Fiscola with a leadoff single in the previous inning. Said he's gonna lift it foul behind. Fiscola tagged it. And he's going up against Ben Jones, who's got a good command early. He's ahead of the count with a strike on a foul ball. 1 out in this inning, the key thing. As he sends it down over the opposite side, scoring a man from third. 4 runs for the big train, still down by multiple runs. One from third is Brennan Wright, who got things off with a walk, 5 pitches. And Gonzalez at third in his spots. It's gloved on the hop, and they turn 2. Great work by Boma. They make it happen. They'll strand 3 base runners on. Cropdusters still up by multiple runs. 3 in this case, going into the 6th.
Echoes of your words crashing into me, drown me in your lies, and there's no way to breathe. And my walls are what keep you down. I am safe without the sound of you around. It's getting colder, and I'm a storm that's taking over.
Great double play initiated by Boma has got us in the spot. Top of the sixth with the Cropdusters and the guy who turned away 2 up to bat against Capuano.
Yeah, big time heads up play there by the Cropdusters thanks to a base running blunder from the big train. I mean, there's just one out. You understand you have everybody on base, but this isn't a 2-out situation where everybody's going to run no matter what. So definitely a big break there for the Cropdusters.
Over to third with Boma having a hit on the day. Great day for him, though. Don't want to get ahead of yourself there. An out early on 1 pitch against Capuano springs up Cadron Ahern, who's got a great knack for tag-in pitches. And here he is once more. This time going against Capuano, who is in relief. Got a strikeout in this game in the 4th against the leadoff man. Well, not even the leadoff guy, but it was against Ahern back in the 4th. One away. And a low pitch taken again. 2 pitches to Ahern. The result, 2 balls, no strike with an out. And Ahern with a good shot over to left center field, that is. And it's caught pedaling back at the warning track by Will Hack. 2 outs. 1 on a 1 pitch and a grounder over to third. And this one, multiple pitches through the way of Ahern, and he flies it deep to center. Sent out of Duncan once more. Good pitch taken by Duncan at the plate. Georgetown Prep alumnus. Another guy who's got a great knack. Trying to get a hit again against the big train. And it goes low. Capuano keeps missing the zone low. And that's recipe for disaster.
Yeah, I mean, these innings just starting to compile on top of one another. If you remember, Hoagland had to come out of this game pretty early, especially considering how deep he typically goes into games. So, yeah, Capuano, I think definitely a bigger workload than he would have previously imagined.
2 on the count. Fouled aside by Duncan at the plate. Won the count. This one off the glove of Gramercy behind the plate. Count is still 3 balls, 1 strike. And a full count for Gonzalez off the press box here at Shirley Povich Field. So now what do you do with Capuano? Do you go back to the breaking ball? You haven't tried a lot of fastballs in this inning in relief. Nobody on for the Cropdusters. 2 outs to their credit. They'll walk Duncan with 2 outs.
And great job from Duncan. It's definitely the one thing that really isn't present in his game is that plate discipline. 22 strikeouts to 12 walks coming into this contest. And right there, shortens up with 2 outs and 2 strikes, draws the walk.
And if you remember, 3 times he's been on base, not by hits, but a hit by pitch and 2 walks. So a guy who can generate long at-bats or even get something on his body. Fouled aside and away from the ballpark. At least no cars were hit this way.
Just some trees.
Yeah.
And some leaves as well.
Yeah, some leaves. If only they had hands, they would have had a nice souvenir. It's Hernandez at the plate. No balls and a strike after a foul ball. And he offers himself. And it is a 0-2 count with a man on, a late full count walk with 2 outs for Duncan at first. Emilio Gonzalez squarely at the bag at first as a man moves up, throw down with ball 1 at the plate. Safe sliding through, feet first at the bag is Duncan. And we talked about him. Before coming into the playoffs, he hasn't had a stolen base. That's got to be his second so far in the playoffs.
Yeah, rising to the occasion. That's what you want to see.
And keeping the at-bat going with a 1-2 count. David Hernandez of Keller, New Mexico, as this one is in front of Panette, but gloved by Gonzalez. Stranding a base runner on, the Cropdusters still up by 3 runs heading into the bottom of the 6th.
Echoes of your words crashing into me, drown me in your lies, and there's no way to breathe. And my walls will keep you down. I am safe without the sound of you around. It's getting colder, and I'm a storm that's taking over.
Bottom of the 6th inning. Ben Jones still on the mound. He's going up against Cal Johnson, who's been on base once in this game, going up against the Cropdusters.
Yeah, and a big inning here for Jones. If you can get out of here, even if you give up 1 run, that's not the worst thing in the world. Maybe you give it to somebody else for 2 innings and then your closer for 1 or next reliever for 1, closer maybe for 2. But I think a big inning right here, a statement one at that for Jones.
Low pitch and a great fastball middle of the zone. 1-1 the count. Cal Johnson batting left, going up against a righty pitcher. And reliever, a solid one as this one's fouled behind. Now to the 1-2, and it just scrapes the bat. So 4 offers, 2 foul balls to go along with a called strike at the plate. Cal Johnson in an early jam against Ben Jones. Here's the 1-2 yet again. Johnson with a line drive that drops down. Great knock for him, a stand-up, 5-pitch, and a great look, a single. He's up, now to Will Hack, as we're deep in the bottom of the order for the big train.
Dylan, I love you. Dylan, we love you. Dylan! Dylan Melton.
High pitch against Will Hack.
I love you.
Ben Jones trying to get something going.
Dylan
Allowed a hit in this inning. 9th one on the day. Big Train down by 3 runs. They were able to tack on 2 runs in the previous 2 bottom innings. 2 balls, no strikes for Will Hack in the 9th spot in the lineup. They look to first. High pitch, and he will step away from the box. Will Hack with a 3-0 count. 4 pitches to allow 2 base runners on. Now we go back to the top of the order. 4th time on the day in the bottom of the 6th. TJ Gramesty walking back and forth beyond the plate. Springs up AJ Rosenthal as he talks to the reliever Ben Jones, Peyton.
Yeah, dangerous position right here. Facing Gramesty is already a tall task in and of itself, but doing so with no outs and 2 base runners on, an even bigger challenge.
No strikeouts for Ben Jones in this game. He's got good command, though, in relief of Russ Lindsay. Got a strikeout starting this game. 3 2/3 innings of work for Lindsay. Springs over Ben Jones.
I love you, Will. Yo, Will.
2 full innings, as well as a 3rd back in the 4th. Cal Johnson and Will Hack aboard. One of them on a line drive knock, and the other a walk on 4 pitches. See how Gramesty does. He's going to show bunt early, and it goes foul.
Look at your shirt, bro.
Won the count. Bunt going foul for Gramesty. Tries to move 2 base runners up. Fastball to the side, but still gloved by Salvatore behind the plate. Melton backing up. He's in the infield grass. He, as well as Hernandez, are close to the infield grass. And again, as he cheats through, he showed bunt yet again. 1-2 the count. Gramesty with 2 base runners on and no outs in this inning. Does that have a hit, Gramesty? He's got 2 walks and a run as well. And a pitch going out of the field of play. It's a foul and still a 1-2 count.
Hey, go.
Wait, can I say something? Go Big Train.
This one is fouled aside. Might have grazed home plate umpire in Andy Sims. Looks to be fine. He's going to collect some more baseballs. Why not? And with that foul ball, still a 1-2 count. And look to the base runner at second. Al Johnson sliding through. He had the cleanest jersey out of all 9 of these batters. Now he collects dirt.
It's not easy to do, keep those jerseys clean.
And he swings after a long at-bat. Down with it. Ben Jones got a strikeout against Gramercy. Now to Brennan Wright with an out.
Yeah, and his first strikeout, you could tell, kind of like Lindsey, just on the verge of that first strikeout. Once it's so bad, especially against a leadoff man in such an important situation, he just blows the fastball right by him. Awesome to see.
So 2 base runners still on. They do not move up. Nice pitch to go along with that strike. Fastball and a strike. Let's see what Jones has got for Brennan Wright. It is at the line, and it is fair with a charge and the scoop. Ben Jones over to Melton. Out number 2. And 2 base runners do move up finally with that second out.
And that's baseball right there. I mean, the big train with all the momentum just a few pitches ago, right? 2 runners on, no outs. Well, just like that, Jones blows the fastball by Gramercy for the strikeout, now 1, and he gets right to ground out for the second out. And he's just 1 away from getting out of this jam with no damage.
Last time he was up to bat, he had a long at-bat, but grounded up the middle to begin the 5th with a man at first with a walk. Here's a good offer, and a guy who loves to swing at it early and often. Emilio Gonzalez of Cape Coral, Florida, formerly of FAU, and now of Northern South Florida University. Good pitch by Ben Jones, and still offering it, it's Emilio Gonzalez. Two balls, no strikes. 2 outs in this inning. Very helpful for the Cropdusters as the pitch goes up high against Emilio Gonzalez. Couple of pitches lower than the recent 2-0. 3-0 the count. It's Emilio Gonzalez with all of the confidence. And he'll walk him. 4 pitches this time. Gonzalez aboard for the 3rd time on the day. 2 walks in this inning to go along with a hit. But can you get the out on Movazio with 2 outs and 3 base runners on?
Yeah, he's a guy who's had the Cropdusters number going back to last night with the 2-run home run like we've mentioned so many times before. Jones does have the advantage here as a righty, but other than that, I mean, this is Malvasio's at-bat to lose.
And here's Ben Jones. He clips the side of Malvasio. 5th run comes through in a hurry. An RBI to hit by pitch. First offer from Ben Jones. Still 3 base runners on. Gonzalez at second now. And at third is Hack. Logan Panett was also hit by a pitch coming from the hand of Ben Jones. Delivers one outside half. Great pitch to settle himself through. Panett with a low stance, his knees grazing the plate. And he swings after it, putting him in danger. At least in the next inning for the Cropdusters, you won't be facing Gonzalez or Malvasio at the plate. Down in the count is Panett with Jones dealing something close to him, and he's just going to glove it, and throw it to Melton. 3 base runners left on. It's helpful for the Cropdusters. They do allow another run to come through, and they're still up by multiple runs, 2, going into the 7th.
Echoes of your words crashing into me. Drown me in your lies, and there's no way to breathe. And my walls will keep you down. I am safe without the sound of you around. It's getting colder, and I'm a storm that's taking over.
Back to the action, top of the 7th. Salvatore leading things off one more time. And Capuano still up on the mound.
And it's go time for the Cropdusters, right? You scored 6 runs across the first 3 innings, but only 1 across the past 3. So you got to at least score 1 here, I think, to feel comfortable. Big train offense, and they've scored in each of the past 4 frames. They're on the doorstep of tying this game. You got to at least play it across 1, like I said.
It is go time for Salvatore, as you mentioned, with a foul ball. And Capuano taking his time and unleashing a fastball up in the air at the left side of the infield. And not Gonzalez, it is Coleman who gets the first out. 2 offers to the way of Salvatore. He's retired, 1 away. Brings up Brian Scott once more. A great hitter is Scott. 4th offering he's faced. He had a line drive at center field, which dropped down. It was a single for him. Here he is against Capuano. It grazes his bat and back. Away from the glove of Gramercy and foul. Or excuse me, a ball. Ball 1 to go along with a strike against Brian Scott. On out after 2 offerings against Salvatore. 3rd pitch coming against Scott from the hand of Capuano, the Penguin, Youngstown State guy, against the Florida State batter. And he's going to send this one a nice floater, fly ball into the glove of Novazio. 3 pitches And the second out in this inning for the Cropdusters in the 7th. With 2 outs, we're at the top of the order with Patrick Gosden. 7th inning work for him. Delivered by Capuano, lower half. And a breaking ball to boot. Low pitch. Trying to go with the same spot, but it's stretched down low. Check swing. And he waved at it and missed. 1-2 the count. Gosden in a jam with no outs. Or nobody on and 2 outs. He went around, it says the first base umpire, Tim Abell. After the appeal was made, 3 up, 3 down for the Cropdusters. Strikeout for Capuano. We're in the middle of the 7th. Big Train down by 2 runs.
Echoes of your words crashing into me. Drown me in your lies, and there's no way to breathe. And my walls will keep you down. I am safe without the sound of you around. It's getting colder, and I'm the storm that's taking over. And I'm the storm that's taking over. Echoes of your words. Echoes of your words.
Of the 7th inning, Fasolo will get things going. Ben Jones still up on the mound for the Cropdusters. And this one is sent foul to the grandstand. A strike after a foul ball. Fasolo down early. Ben Jones trying to get everything he's got.
Yeah, surprised to see him back out here, but definitely did have a lot of positive signs. Got that first strikeout, ended strong with the ground out, responded very, very admirably to some adversity. So hard to see him going past his 7th inning, but it all comes down to this for him.
And there he is. Foul ball to go along with 2 swinging strikes and the out. Retiring 1 brings up Kieran Coleman, who's been very effective at that short spot for the Big Train. Here he is up to bat. Second strikeout for Jones, both of them swinging. And he goes low and not into the zone. over to the second baseman, Boma. And the second out on Coleman. Boma had to go back to the outfield grass and try to not make any mistakes with it.
Yeah, and great job right there by Jones to get some early offerings. Or excuse me, to get the big train to offer early on those offerings. Trying to keep that pitch count down as much as you can. Make this 7th inning, likely your final inning, as easy as possible. And that's exactly what he does.
Pitch taken aside by Cal Johnson in the 8th spot in the lineup. A strikeout to go along with a grounder to second for Fiscola and Coleman. Pitch missing again. It's Ben Jones in relief. 2 strikeouts in relief. Has allowed 3 walks as well. Best chance for the Cropdusters to get out of this inning without a run allowed. It's sent over to left field at the shallow side for Duncan, who makes the catch. 3 up, 3 down. Not too similar with the Cropdusters in the top of the frame. We'll step aside and see how they regroup going into the 8th.
Echoes of your words crashing into me, drown me in your lies, and there's no way to breathe. And my walls are what keep you down. I am safe without the sound of you around. It's getting colder, and I'm the storm that's taking over.
Cade Walter is up to start the 8th inning against Capuano with a pitch up high on him.
And once
Another
again,
inning where you should think, hey, go time.
Exactly. I was just about to say that. I mean, this is an inning where the Cropdusters need to plate across at least 1, preferably 2. We know how dangerous this big train team can be. I know they put across a 0 for the first time since the 2nd in the bottom of the 7th. But, yeah, you definitely don't want to leave that to chance, and you want to tack on at least 1 or 2 insurance runs.
And it's Capuano not making good command against Cade Walter. Guy who can go long. Before yesterday's game, had 7 RBIs in the win and taken the North with them. And he's going to set this one behind and a foul ball, making it a 2-1 count. Pacing in front of the screen is our guy Carter Ritchie at first base. The leadoff guy, Cade Walter, with a great opportunity to get on base with a 2-1 count. And instead he will look this one upper half. And a strike. Foul ball to go along with a called strike. A fastball out of the hand of Capuano. 2-1 stretched upward, and the count is full at 3-2. Cropdusters with a 2-run lead. As you mentioned, Peyton, earlier, did not allow a run since the second against the Big Train. Lifted up in the air at the warning track. How about that for Cade Walter? A solo shot. The leadoff guy in the 8th gives the lead for the Cropdusters. They're up by 3.
Oh, the Big Train's rightful owner is back. The solo home run makes this a 3-run lead for the Cropdusters. And the vibes are high once again.
Slightly off the batter's eye. And we've seen 2 for the Big Train against the Senators in Game 3 of the semifinals. So good work for Cade Walter. And now to Dylan Melton. His fans have traveled really well. They're cheering him on right near us. I'm on the Dylan Melton train. Why not? All the juice for the team in black. And a good eye to start things off against Capuano, who allowed the 8th run and a solo shot for Cade Walter.
We love you, Dylan. Dylan Melton.
Don't they know I love him more? Just off the side of the bat and grazed the plate. And foul for a guy who's going to have to make an encore for that solo shot out of the bat of Walter. Called strike 2. Ball to go along with a foul ball off the plate. And a called strike. Fastball outer half. Two the count. Bouncing off the plate and in front of Ramesty.
Can you sign my notes up?
2-2 is going to go foul at the right field line. It is foul. Tim Abell all over that one. And Melton's going to come back to the plate. Batting with a 2-2 count.
Oh, come on, Dylan.
Another pitch coming by the way of Dylan Melton. Count goes full for him. Clarksburg guy and the recent FAU commit. Trying to get on base with no outs in the top of the 8th. 8th run comes across. It's Cade Walter with a solo shot to left center field. Popped over to the shallow side of left field. A glove in that one with a charge. It is Fiscola with Coleman and Panette with him with a lean and a trot. Out number 1. Springs Boma back up once more for the Cropdusters. Greg Lopez, formerly of the Baltimore Redbirds. The last time we have seen a even series in the championship league, he was with the Redbirds in 2018, and they became co-champions after a rainout before Game 3.
And I think this is it for him. Never thought it would come with how long he's been left in the game, but all signs indicating that this is it.
He's been up there since the 4th inning. We'll step aside with the Cropdusters tacking on the 8th run of the day.
Echoes of your words crashing into me. Drown me in your lies, and there's no way to breathe. And my walls will keep you down. I am safe without the sound of you around. It's getting colder, and I'm the storm that's taking over. And I'm the storm that's taking over. Echoes of your words. Echoes of your words. I'm the storm that's taking over.
Cal Hopper against Ryan Boma. The third Jacksonville Dolphin we've seen in the championship series. 2 of them on the Cropdusters.
And Hopper, a guy who has great strikeout stuff, 22 in just over 20 innings, but does have a tendency to give up the long ball as well as the extra base hit ball. 16 hits he's given up so far this season. Half of them have been extra base hits, 5 home runs and 3 doubles.
And here he is with an 0-2 count against Boma. 1 out so far on the 3 spot in Melton after Cade Walter had a shot. And this is a nice line drive away from the glove of Hack, moving out to left center field. Fighting at the corner is his partner at left field, Fiscolo. Sliding through to third is Boma. Great work for him. He's on. Here comes Ahern in a hurry.
Yeah, and I didn't mean to speak it into existence. Comes through with the extra base hit, but I mean, how often do you see this? Not just 1 triple, but 2 triples on the evening for Ryan Boma. A guy we said coming into this game really needed to get going forward for his past 32. Well, he's answered the call so far. 2 extra base hits, both in the form of triples.
He caught Will Hack flat-footed out there in the outfield. Hopper allowed a hit against the first batter. And now Ahern swings at it to start off his at-bat in the 8th. Woodbine guy. He's got great mobility. And a pitch taken outside.
Oh, there's kids over there. There's a flashlight.
An 0-2 count for Ahern.
If I went in the tree. No. It's just barely. I didn't see him hit the ball, but I just saw it.
And this one is up the middle, a grounder, which has Ahern at first, and he scores Boma from third. 9-5, 2 runs in this inning the first 2 since the 4th.
Yeah, a great piece of situational hitting there from Ahern. He sees both the corner infielders creeped up, trying to prevent the force at home, and does exactly what you're supposed to do in that situation, just takes it right up the middle where nobody can get to it. And all of a sudden, after 2 runs, Cropdusters back in front by 4.
Max Waring will step in for Ahern, who's got a knock in this inning. Great work for Ahern of Woodbine against Duncan. Another base runner on for the Cropdusters. 13 hits to go with 9 runs on the day. And it is up high this time.
Yo, what if someone hits the ball so high it hits the plane? What if someone hits the ball so high it just hits that plane over there? I always want to
2-1 the count for Andrew Duncan. A double for him on the day. It grazes Duncan's shoulder, and he will step to the bag at first. Waring moves to second.
Yo, those guys are still looking for it.
He was able to get ahead of the count early and induce a hit by pitch. Hopper allows another base runner on. To David Hernandez, who grounded to third in the last plate appearance for him. He looks this one lower half and a strike. Hefty wave and miss. Keller, New Mexico guy, getting back into the box, trying to get some confidence going his way. Down by 2 strikes, no balls his way. That should do him some favors. 1-2 the count. And a great line drive after he was down 1-2. Waring will score from second. Throw down. It is offline in some sorts. Great work from Waring to score. Just to make sure Gramisty thought he did not touch the plate, but he will. 10th run scores for the Cropdusters. 2 base runners on. Another RBI and a knock for Hernandez.
And a great job, both by Hernandez and Waring, like you said. Waring able to kind of dance around the bag. Not easy, especially for somebody of his stature. And great job by Hernandez. Down in the count, doesn't matter. Still puts one in the outfield and drives one home.
Another game where we see great base running on display from Max Waring. 2 base runners will move up. A wild pitch out of the hand of Hopper. Struggling in his only inning of relief work in this game is Hopper. 1 ball, no strike for Giuseppe Salvatore in the A spot in the lineup. And he swings at it. It's a 1-1 count for him. Oh, pitch. And Gramercy with a good block.
Swing and a miss. I think it's going to be a swing and a miss. I'm going to make you sprint. Oh, wait, no, was a strike.
5 pitches and a walk after the 3-1 was sent up high and away from the zone.
Great job by Salvatore right there. Coming off an 0 for 5 night yesterday. Hasn't reached base at all in this game up to that point, but stays patient and reaches base for the first time.
Now to Brian Scott. Multiple knocks on the day, both of them singles. He has a good look at the first offering from the hand of Hopper. Still 1 out and 3 base runners on. Jimmy Bell in for Salvatore at first. At second, it is Hernandez with a pitch coming, and it's low. Duncan at third. Off the plate and off the side of his body. He did not like the offer that he made at the pitch from Kyle Hopper. Circling the plate and back to the box and engages he. 2-1 the count. Foul behind. 2-2 the count, 1 out and 3 base runners on. At first is Jimmy Bell, at second is Hernandez, and at third it's Andrew Duncan. Great line drive. It's fielded that time by Malvazio, scoring from third. And the 11th run, Andrew Duncan. And they're up by 6 runs late in this game.
And another great piece of situational hitting, right? 1 out, you're okay if Scott puts one into the outfield. It's going to be a sac fly and score at least a run. Great job by Scott. He knows the situation, and he executes.
2 outs in this inning. We go to the top of the order with Patrick Gusden. Second time for the Cropdusters to bat around the order. Very close to the body of Gosden. 2 base runners on. Moving from second to third is Hernandez. Staying put at first is Bell. Central PA guy right next to the former Triple Crown in the Ripken League, Emilio Gonzalez. Up high in the zone, it is a 2-0 count, 2 outs in this inning for the Cropdusters. They tacked on 4 runs in this inning as well. Very helpful. Carter Ritchie having a word with Bell. In front of them, it's the first baseman, Gonzalez, who has a good look at Cal Hopper, who's going to unleash the 3-0. And a strike pumped through, outer half that time against Gosden. Three-one delivery right at the shoulder. It's going to hit him, and he's aboard. No movement on the mound for the big train. They've got their sights set on Hopper. A reliable look his way, who's on the mound. It's Cade Walter with a wave and a miss. As we go back to him, who led things off in the 8th.
Yeah, not the guy you want to see. If you're Hopper, you're hoping to retire Gosden and avoid Walter, who launched a solo home run over the fence out in center.
Down already in this one. It's an 0-2 count for Cade Walter. Going up against his running mate out of Jacksonville University, Cal Hopper. Does not have a strikeout, but allowed multiple walks and hits in this inning. Finishing him off. No, he cannot. It goes outside of the zone.
So I want to tell you the truth. So when I was younger, I used to share a bed with my. I used to share a bed. It was like a big room with 2 beds in it. My brother would get one, I would get one, but then Grant got his own one. Now I get the whole big. You know what? Your brother's name? That's mine. There's like 3 kids.
Count will go even. 2 balls, 2 strikes. It favored Hopper early, and now Walter building his case, trying to get multiple base runners through. He's got that long ball potential. Instead, he will use his eyes, and it is a 3-2 count.
You meant something else.
Full count. And it will walk a base runner from third. 12-5. Cropdusters on top.
And what a job by Walter there. I mean, he's down in the count, down to his final strike of the inning, are the Cropdusters, and he just shortens up and just watches 3 miss outside. Fantastic job. Another great example of that situational hitting the Cropdusters executing.
Now here comes Craig Lopez. And a pitcher will step in his stead. Will step aside. Kerry Kaler up of North Carolina. And a guy who's looking to join the George Mason Patriots up in a tough spot.
Yeah, and hasn't had a great season by any means, just allowing too many base runners to reach base. 19 walks on the season to just 12 strikeouts. He's given up 19 hits as well. So comes in a very, very low-leverage situation, and for good reason.
Here is Dylan Melton with Walter on with a walk. Low pitch, and he's going to bring on Jimmy Bell from third. 13-5. The score, Cropdusters making the case that, hey, we won a Game 3 in the Ripken League Championship Series. Dylan Melton still at the play with a 3-0 count. In danger of getting on a base. Even though they chased out Hopper, this will be the third consecutive walk. And it will graze the helmet. 3 base runners on. With that walk, you can rest it on the shoulders of this guy. He's been doing really well. Got to put all the blame on Kyle Hopper. Kaler down in the count. Ryan Boma with an 0-1 count. And a line drive bobbled by Wright a little bit. Third out finally comes for the big train. They allow 7 runs in this inning. Cropdusters with a double-digit run in this game. 14-5 is the score.
Echoes of your words crashing into me. Drown me in your lies, and there's no way to breathe. And my walls will keep you down. I am safe without the sound of you around. It's getting colder, and I'm the storm that's taking over. And I'm the storm that's taking over. Echoes of your words. Echoes of your words.
And that was very deflating for the big train. They're leaving in drives. And the Cropdusters are up by a good amount. 9 of them.
Yeah, it changes everything, right? Because, I mean, the original thought is you're going to throw Rogers out there, Kyle Rogers that is, to try and secure yourself the victory, even if you played across 1 or 2 runs in the top of the 8th. Well, the Cropdusters played across 5 more than that. They put across 7, and all of a sudden it's a 9-run lead. That changes everything because now Jones gets to go back out there and possibly finish this game.
Before we got back on the break, Leader was talking to us saying, hey, we got to get things going here. But keep in mind, some of the Big Train fans, they want to see Kane Kriefel out there. That's a guy from this area, and they want to see him in action. So we'll see probably in the 9th what happens. But for the time being, Will Hack is going up against Ben Jones. wave and a miss on the 1-1. Takes a hop into the outfield grass in front of Walter. Hack leads things off with a hit. A single springs up TJ Gramsci once more. Top of the order for the 5th time on the day. Will Hack try to move away from the bag at first. Low pitch out of the hand of Ben Jones. Low pitch early and a high 1 gives him a 2-0 count. Gramsci against Jones. Melton having a word with Hack, who steps away from the bag at first. Great pitch that time, a fastball. Outside half against Gramsci. He fights it off behind the home plate. 2-2 the count. The hitter in the 1 spot with Hack at first. Takes a look at that one, and it is a 3-2 count. Off the side of Gramsci. Full count and a hit by pitch sends him to first. Hack moves to second. So 2 base runners on. It's Brennan Wright, a returning guy from last year's team, with a good take on a pitch going up high. Two balls, no strike. Cropdusters up by 9 runs. They took 7 with them in the top of the 8th. Ben Jones' day is over with a 2-0 count. So we'll see his running mate Ben Jones, that's Zachary Harris, coming up to end this game. We'll step aside.
Echoes of your words crashing into me, drown me in your lies, and there's no way to breathe. And my walls are what keep you down. I am safe without the sound of you around. It's getting colder. Now the storm that's taking over.
with a 2-0 count at the plate for Brennan Wright. The day's over for Ben Jones with his 2 walks and 2 strikes, 3 1/3 of innings of work. Zach Harris of Messiah up, and a returning guy from the Cropdusters last summer.
He had small sample size so far this summer, but the early returns have been promising. Just over 2 innings, has yet to allow a run, only 1 hit. Last appeared in Game 1 of the Cropduster series against the Braves. Came in and clinched the victory for them with the save. 2 strikeouts in that 9th inning, so looking to continue his strong season.
First pitch was a ball, and this one is sent upper half against Brennan Wright. Five pitches and a walk, 3 base runners on for the Cropdusters. No outs in this inning. Keep that in mind, folks. How does he get the out on the dangerous part of this lineup? With Gonzalez and Malvazio due up. First hit is Gonzalez. A hit by pitch for Gramercy, a walk for Brennan Wright, and a ground ball up the middle to lead things off, Will Hack. 3 of them are on. And a good take from Gonzalez, who bats left against the right-hander. Trying to gather himself on the mound. Not too similar to what we saw yesterday, where multiple pitchers are trying to get their footing. And it's a cold strike and a half. Gonzalez with an even count. Gonzalez with a tag off the plate. Time is called once more. 1-2 the count. Gonzalez against Zach Harris. They call him Zippy on this team. Just off the glove of Melton. He did not corral it, but it is Boma who was helping him out. That partial block off of his glove was very helpful, I should say. Gonzalez seems like he is on. He's walking like he is, but nope. He's going to go back to the dugout. It is an out. Boma helping out his first base counterpart, Melton.
Yeah, I think that just goes
That
to
first
show that
out is helpful, but the Big Train are able to score a run with all that.
I think that just goes to show how good of a player Gonzalez is. I mean, that one, even though he doesn't reach base, I mean, hits so hard, flex off the glove of Melton. So even his at-bats that don't end in him reaching base, I mean, successful. He hits the ball so hard, and more evidence of it right there.
Great delivery. And Harris has got a 1 count at the plate against Malvazio. Coming out to Don Omar. Swaggering to an 0-2 count is he. To the 0-2. Painted aside off of the hand, a zip of a hand from Zach Harris. Still in the bottom of the 8th with an out. 2 base runners on, and it's swept aside. Zach Harris with a 2-2 count against Malvazio. Wave and miss. 5 pitches to get a second out in this inning.
And striking somebody out, I mean, impressive in its own right. But when it comes against Movasio, a guy who's carved up this Cropdusters team as of late, I mean, so much more, that much more commendable.
Off the chest pad of Salvatore. But before that, it hit the batter. And there goes Logan Panette to first. Second hit by pitch in this inning. One of them was against Ben Jones. He left the game with 2 base runners on. So if you're keeping score, 3 runs assessed on Jones. And if Gramercy can score, that'll be the 4th. And it is Zach Harris dealing yet again to start things off with a new batter. This time when Foscolo's got 2 hits on the day, both of them singles. And he's going to test the right field line. It will go foul. Ryan Sky gives a souvenir to his biggest fans at the bullpen. But who wants to sign it? That would go great in the black market, wouldn't you agree, Peyton?
I don't know about that. It's more of a keepsake.
Uh-oh. So you're saying they have no worth? Oh, my goodness. They're going to try to turn 2. No, 1 of them. They had 2 outs in this inning. They get the base runner at first in Panette. 3 base runners are left on. Cropdusters have 7 in this inning. They go along with Big Trains 1. 14-6 is the score. We'll step aside.
Echoes of your words crashing into me, drown me in your lies, and there's no way to breathe. And my walls are what keep you down. I am safe without the sound of you around. It's getting colder, and I'm a storm that's taking over. And I'm a storm that's taking over. Echoes of your words, echoes of your words. I'm a storm that's taking over.
Back here in Bethesda, Maryland, Shirley Povich Field. 1 more inning for the Cropdusters. They're feeling themselves making a case for Game 3 of the Ripken League Championship Series tomorrow.
Yeah, they've made about the best case as you can make. I mean, such a tremendous offensive output, and pitching side, well, it hasn't been perfect by any means. They've gotten out of so many jams. They've limited the damage, which is exactly what you want, especially in a game like this.
It's Max Waring who starts things off in the spot of Cade Ahern. Did not have a hit until his last at-bat was Cade Ahern, a ground ball and a RBI and a single. Leadoff hit by pitch, why not? On a day where nothing is going right. This time it's off the hand of Terry Kaler, still on the mound. Quick word with Carter Ritchie. And he's with Emilio Gonzalez at first. Duncan up once more. Pitch taken low.
Come on, Duncan.
Count is 2 balls, no strikes. Andrew Duncan. With another take, 3-0 the count. And he sends it behind the back of leader and foul. Line drive, 3-1 the count. Trying to gather himself. Probably has extra sweat coming out of the pores. He engages. He's ready to go against Kaler. North Carolina guy pushing one against Duncan. And it misses the zone. 2 base runners on. A walk to go along with a hit by pitch for Waring, who moves to second.
Yeah, it's just been a rough stretch out there for him. I mean, walk, ground out, hit by pitch, walk. The past 6 Cropdusters he's faced.
Now against David Hernandez, who steps away from the bag. It was screaming right near the torso. 1-0 the count. Low pitch. Stepping away is Hernandez. Biggest contribution he's made was that sac bunt, which moved up a man from second to third in Duncan. Called strike at the plate this time, outside of the reach of Hernandez. Hernandez still trying to help himself. He's moving over to first. Little shimmy, why not? You got all the momentum with 3 base runners on, Peyton.
Yeah, and I mean, if you're the Cropdusters, I mean, just a chance to just continue to pour it on. 8 runs is definitely more than enough for the bottom of the ninth when you hand it to, assuming you hand it to Zippy again. But yeah, I mean, no reason for the Cropdusters to let up. You try and carry as much momentum as you can into that third game.
First time up to bat, Jimmy Bell in the playoffs. He's been running for Salvatore the last few times. He's made an appearance in the playoffs. Here he is with an at-bat. Right behind, here comes Waring from third. Moving to third in his stead is Duncan, and at second is Hernandez. How about 16 runs for the Cropdusters in this game? Excuse me, 15 runs. 15-5 is the score. One ball, one strike. Called strike coming late against Bell. And he is retired. 4 pitches. Now to the bottom of the order with Brian Scott. Clipped off the side of the bat of Brian Scott. Olney guy making the trip down Interstate 270 for this critical matchup. Cropdusters down by a game in the championship series. Bottom of the ninth with a run scoring. 10-run difference between these two teams. The road team on top. Low pitch taken. And with that ball, Peyton, you're thinking, hey, maybe you want to ease up on making contact. You want stuff that you want to make the pitcher work for every out you get.
Yeah, especially with a void on first base.
He retires Brian Scott. He's doing the heavy lifting. 2 strikeouts in quick work. But still 2 base runners on for the Cropdusters. At second is Hernandez, and at third is Duncan. One more time. It's Patrick Gosden. Crucial day for him. Has been on base 5 out of the 6 times. Multiple walks, a double, and a single. Over to Coleman, and he throws it to get the out on Gosden. 2 base runners left on. Cropdusters half an inning away to bring it back to Olney for a crucial game number 3 in the championship series.
Echoes of your words crashing into me. Drown me in your lies, and there's no way to breathe. And my walls will keep you down. I am safe without the sound of you around. It's getting colder, and I'm a storm that's taking over. And I'm a storm that's taking over. Echoes of your words, echoes of your words. I'm a storm that's taking over.
Back in this game, bottom of the ninth, Zach Harris gets things going with the leadoff guy, Kieran Coleman, who got the third out. And he looks at a strike to start things off. Crowd silent in this one. Most of the Big Train faithful have left. And what would be the final ever game on the summer in Bethesda. They'll wait till next year to fill up Shirley Povich Field. And a grounder just beyond the reach of Boma. It goes up the middle. Coleman, with that never die attitude, is on base with a knock. Out of Cal Johnson, deep into the order. In the eighth spot, Johnson with a good look. Parker Corbin for Cal Johnson in the spot. With a foul ball and a called strike. So here is Harris dealing a fastball low. 1-2 the count.
Come on, Zippy.
Fouled aside. 1-2 the count still. Fifth offering on the way out of the hand of Harris in a matter of moments.
Come on, Zippy, finish him off.
I'm trying to win it. Not pretend. Trying to win against you.
It's over to Melton. He's going to look at a foul ball to the side. Still no outs in this inning. Sixth offer coming through. Harris with a 1-2 working against Parker Corbin. Hitting for Cal Johnson in the eighth spot in the lineup. This one's on the line. They're trying to draw two. It's not in the glove of Gazin, who's at the bag at second, and it scoots into the outfield grass. Not moving more and testing the plate. Kieran Coleman from second, he moves to third. Great base running from him.
And how about that snag by Melton? I mean, he's had a number of balls hit his way today. He's performed admirably at first base, so definitely got to give him his flowers.
Melton's got a throwing error to the glove of Gosden. It allowed Coleman to move to second and then to third with the loose ball in the outfield grass. Called strike going low on Will Hack in the 9th spot in the lineup. Line drive drops down right near the right field line. And it will score the crucial run in the 9th inning, 7-15. Big Train down by multiple runs. Unearned run comes through. And we're at the top of the order with a new hitter, Jack Gagan, in for TJ Gramesty. Hack aboard with a knock, scoring an unearned run from third. It's going to go foul, but making the chase is Melton. 2 outs, 1 out away from Game 3 in the championship series. Crucial second out. Melton was able to corral it. And now he looks at a pitch that goes foul off the bat of Brennan Wright. Zach Harris in relief coming up after Ben Jones. Good contact, foul ball. Oh, to the count goes to 1-2. Cropdusters fans have made the trip to see a line drive that is not held on to by Hernandez at third. He was in front of it. 2 base runners with 2 outs, Peyton.
Yeah, and thankfully, like I said, the offense giving you more than enough run support, so Bell and Harris just having a quick conversation. Nothing too major.
Zach Harris working against Amelia Gonzalez, making him hopefully the 3rd out if you're the Cropdusters. Low pitch. 1-1 the count. This one sent out at left center. Walter makes the crucial 3rd out. We'll see you tomorrow night for game number 3 in the Ripken League Championship Series. The Cropdusters win the game. 15-7 the final score. Peyton, we're going back to Olney for one more round.
Yeah, and I said it before, and I'll say it again because I was right. I said the Cropdusters needed to strike first and take an early lead and kind of ride that to the end if they wanted to win this game. They did exactly that. Scored the game's first 6 runs and never looked back. Such an awesome sight to see. And I don't think there was ever a doubt that this series was going to go to 3 games, and this is what you want. Top 2 teams all the way to Game 3, they push it. Should be a fascinating scene tomorrow, Friday Night Lights.
The win for the starting pitcher, Ross Lindsay, and the loss goes to Charlie Hoagland. So we'll see you at First Responder Field, sponsored by Serpro Rockville Olney. It's going to be a fun one. Game 3, we'll see you tomorrow, 6 o'clock local time.